Hello, fitness familia. Another Cooking with Dorothy coming at ya tonight. Let's get at some tags here. Hope you all had a fantastical Monday. It's a crazy Monday at that. I got my run in today. I got a nice long walk in after school, so I am ready to rock tonight and make some protein balls. This is one of my most favoritist recipes because it's so quick and easy. You can whip these up in just a few minutes and then you've got some great snacks all ready to go for the week. So you could whip these up on a Sunday, for example. Oh, I forgot my computer. I don't know, of course it's downstairs. Let me think on that for a minute, what I want to do. If I want to run and grab it. I do have my other one over here. It's just I can't, the phone's too far away, so I can't see comments from this far away. I can see Louise is in here and Hilda's in here. Hello, thanks for joining me. I'm just gonna go grab my computer. Be right back. But we'll see. It's not my Mac because Drew does not like it when I have my Mac so close to liquids and food. So it's just my Chromebook. But I'm not sure that this one is even charged. Let's see if it gets going. It's blinking at me. But maybe I'll just have to read them from afar. Jason says, I'm here too. Awesome, Jason. And Stephanie's in here. Hello. And Denise, thanks for tuning in, you guys. Not really getting anywhere, you guys, with this Chromebook. So, I'll just have to fly with it. And then, if you have questions, put them in the comment, and I'll put them in the comments. I'll try my best to answer them. If I don't get to them, then I will go on after and answer them. Sorry about that, guys. There's just always so many things, and I don't always remember all the things. Let me know in the comments if you have made these bites of deliciousness before. If you've made protein balls, complete truth protein balls. We used to call them CTP protein balls, but you can actually interchange the two protein powders. So we have our new vanilla protein. Well, it's newer than CTP, but it's not new anymore. But you can actually use the vanilla protein powder in this recipe as well. So I'm going to do that tonight to show you that you can just interchange it one for one for sure. So we used to put CTP in it, which we still can do, and we still do sometimes. But tonight I'm going to use the vanilla protein powder in there as well. We've got Anita in here. Lorraine's tuning in. Thanks. And Louise Reeve is in here. Susan, hello. Thanks for saying hi, you guys. If you have questions throughout, let me know, and I'll try my best to answer them. I have to kind of look close to the phone to answer them though. And then Stephanie O'Brien's in here. She says, hello, everybody. Sounds delicious. So normally the CTP, this CTP in the black bag, this one would be for baking. So you can replace it one for one to a flour in any recipe. And you can most certainly use this in the protein ball recipes. We have done that for years. But tonight, I'm going to use the vanilla protein powder in the protein balls, just for something a little different. So it's kind of nice to have options, right? So it's nice to have both the CTP and the vanilla protein, because the vanilla protein is not going to work as a flour replacement. So if you were to make muffins, for example, you can't replace this vanilla protein powder, like the True Form protein powder, one for flour. The CTP you can. It just works nice in this recipe because we're not baking. It's a no-bake recipe. So it doesn't serve the same purpose as a flour. So you can use this in the protein balls, you can use it in the granola bars, you can use it in the granola recipe as well. So you can use that interchangeably. And if you haven't tried this one out yet, it has a really nice taste. Like the flavor's really nice. And it is plant-based, It's all sprouted, fermented ingredients, so really easy on digestion. A lot of times when people first start taking protein powders, they're like, oh, like I'm not digesting them properly, usually because it's a lower quality protein powder, and then the ingredients aren't so good for digestion. But here, Drew and I have took a long time to come up with this formula, and the company we worked with, we had to work with for a while, so they got it just right. And so that's what we're using tonight. Who has themselves some protein? The vanilla one. I'd like to know who's already got that one. And Louise Siebert says, I've made the CTP protein balls. Love them. Awesome. Is the vanilla protein, Anna says, is it sweetened? There is 0 grams of sugar, like in here. So 0 grams of sugar. But there is, let me just read here, tart cherry, pineapple, papaya, and stevia. So there's stevia. So it is sweet, but it doesn't have any refined or any yucky fake sugars in it. It's all plant-based sugars, like sweeteners, I shouldn't say sugars, all plant-based sweeteners in it. So this one has no sweetener in it. No stevia, nothing. So that's why this one is better for smoothies, because it does have a sweetener, like does have the stevia, a little bit of stevia in it. It's not super sweet, but it has a little sweetness to it, and this one doesn't have any in it. So flour, I always say this one is for your flour, for baking, and this one is more for smoothies, but you can add it to granola, like you can add it to recipes that don't need flour. So granola bars, protein balls, things like that. Let's see. Thanks for the tags, Drew. Drew's jumping on here. So Drew, if you can tag some, thank you, Drew, for tagging people. And if you guys can tag some others, that'd be awesome. Susan says, I have both. I use the vanilla when I make my granola. Awesome. Thanks for all the tags. Everybody tag one person right now. And then we can get some more people watching here. This is actually Drew's apron, and it doesn't really fit me so well. It's actually like a barbecue apron. It's a man's apron. And like this is as tight as it goes, but it's pretty loose still. But it's nice to wear an apron. I'll have to get it. My other aprons are at the beach house. So you guys, let's get to it. Who's making this with me? Who's making protein balls with me? Let me know in the comments if you're making this with me. So right here, I have a cup of organic oats. So we've talked about before the importance of using organic oats, because oats are one of the top sprayed, what would we say? I was going to say ingredients, foods, ingredients, crops. So when they aren't organic, you have more of a chance of getting those chemicals in your body from what they spray them on. So make sure that they are organic, so you can make sure that they are unsprayed. And then also, this is the one we have right now, the Bob Red Mills. And also, if you are trying to stay away from gluten, make sure it says gluten-free. Oats on their own don't contain gluten on their own, but what happens is a lot of times oats are processed in facilities where they come in contamination with gluten. So that's why it must say gluten-free, or else you could have some problems with that. But on their own, they are gluten-free, but then they get cross-contaminated in these facilities, and that's why you need to make sure the label says gluten-free, so you know they haven't been touched by any other gluten products. So make sure organic and gluten-free if that's an issue for you. Drew says they use a GMO spray to help dry the oats. Thank you, Drew, for helping clarify that. So, of course, in this fast-paced world, we want things to happen faster. So they put this spray on it so they dry faster and they can get them in production a lot faster. But we don't want that. We want nature to dry out our oats. We don't want a GMO spray to dry out our oats. Louise Reeve says, watching and working. We'll make later. Awesome. Drew says, I'm making with you. I can always count on you, Drew, to support and make it with me. And then Gerald says the apron is kind of black, like true form colors. It's like this like dark gray kind of and black details. So really nice. Drew actually, this was Drew's gift from our young living leader, Cassie, when he reached the senior star rank. So this was his barbecue apron. Funny you haven't barbecued in it, Drew. Stephanie Cardinal says, I'm making them with you, and I'm making some cookies too. That's awesome. I love hanging out and just doing prep together. So much fun. Sherry jumped on. Hey, Sherry. All right, let's get to it, you guys. So 1 cup of oats, gluten-free, organic oats. And then half a cup of peanut butter. I have a spoon here. So make sure, we've talked about peanut butter a lot. So make sure you have the natural peanut butter, 1 ingredient, peanuts. You don't want any of that fake plastic peanut butter. All right. So make sure you have a half a cup of peanut butter in there. It is a little bit more tricky with the natural peanut butters because some are a little bit more oily, some are drier. So make sure when you first get your peanut butter, you give it a nice big stir, like scoop into the bottom of the container so that you can, usually the crunchy stuff or like the hard stuff's at the bottom, so you want to get down there and scoop it out. I've also talked about flipping it upside down so like the oil can get up and mix well. Sherry says, I wanted protein balls. Melody's in here and looking forward to trying these. They're awesome. Denise just logged on. Hello. And Sherry, I didn't see the previous comment, so I'm not sure. But hopefully you guys are making these along with us. And then I just have to grab my measuring cup for a 1/4 of a cup. Third of a cup. So it says, the recipe does say honey, but you can use honey and maple syrup interchangeably. I'm more of a maple syrup fan, I think because I grew up on this stuff. We didn't really have like much sugar because I grew up on the East Coast in New Brunswick. We always had maple syrup, like that was just a staple. And the recipe says 1/3 of a cup, but I'm just gonna do about a 1/4 of a cup. So I'm not gonna fill this 1/3 of a cup all the way because I don't think I need that much. But if you like them a little sweeter, then put a little bit more honey or maple syrup in. But use those measurements interchangeably between honey and maple syrup. And if you are going with honey, make sure you get a nice local honey, unpasteurized local honey. And then it says a half a cup of CTP, but we're going to use the vanilla protein powder. Oh, Sherry said, I just said, how are you? And she says, yay, New Brunswick. She's a fellow New Brunswicker as well. So I'm just going to put 1 scoop, and I realize my scooper's over there, but I'm just going to put 1 scoop of the vanilla protein in. It's about a half a cup-ish, a little shy of a half a cup. The scoop, I'll grab it 1 second here. So I'm just going to do a nice big scoop of the vanilla protein powder. And what I like about this recipe too is that you just throw it all in the bowl, mix it up and roll them. Like how easy is that? And then I'm going to put in, this is not in the ingredient list, but you can add nuts, seeds, and dried fruit of your choice as well. And I really like chia seeds. They're really good to help with digestion and to help with bowel movements, which I need all the help I can get in that area. And then they're like antioxidant rich. They are protein rich. So you know, I just sprinkle them in. I put chia seeds in everything because they're really helpful for digestion. You just gotta be careful in the protein balls because you really gotta clean your teeth well after you have chia seeds in there. I forgot what I was gonna say now. Lost it. Melody said, I made mine yesterday with cherries and a tad of cherry extract. Oh, that's a great idea. Do you grind your chia and flax and such? I do not. I just have the whole chia seeds here. That's what they look like. And I honestly don't use flaxseed that often, that much. I use quite a bit of chia seeds, but not much flax. We used to, but then we have all of these, like our CTP has hemp in it. So that's our healthy fats, right? So I guess we just don't feel like we need it. Need the extra healthy fats. And then I'm gonna throw a few chocolate chips in. You can skip chocolate chips if you want to. That's 1/4 cup. The recipe does say 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. That's probably too much, to be honest. It should probably be more like 1/4 cup of chocolate chips. 1/2 cup is a lot. But I do like my chocolate chips. And then I'm gonna put some vanilla. You don't need the vanilla, but it does make it have a little bit more taste to it for sure. And then if you wanted to add any dried fruit or chopped up almonds or anything else to give it a nice little crunch, you can do that too. All right, now we just mix away. And if you find your mixture is a little bit too dry, you can always just add a little bit of water. Or if you find your mixture is a little bit too wet, you can just add a little bit more protein powder or a little bit more oats as well to it. So kind of depends too on your peanut butter. Like if your peanut butter is a little bit softer or runnier or more oily, you might have to adjust that a little bit. I'm just gonna use my spoon to scoop that off. But I usually throw this in the fridge for about 1/2 hour and then I would roll them just to harden it up a little bit. But sometimes I'm a little impatient too and I just want to roll them and eat them right away, which is fine. But it does make it a little bit easier to roll them up if you throw them in the fridge for about 1/2 hour or so. Just hardens up. My consistency looks pretty good. How much oats did you add? I missed that. 1 cup. 1 cup of oats. And you can find this recipe. I didn't post it. Sorry about that. Whew, crazy weekend, I tell you. I might ask myself, what weekend? Don't get me started. No, I'm not. I'm seriously grateful for all of the orders that we have been getting. I am certainly not complaining, but it was a little bit overwhelming this weekend putting orders together and things. So I know I haven't got all my posts up like I normally do. So my apologies for that. But this recipe I can post after. I do believe it was in the meal plan as well this week. So if you go to our meal plan, all of the baking recipes have live links. So then you just click on the live link and it'll bring you right to the recipe. But I can put that in the group as well. All right, then all we have to do, got everything. So then I just take a tablespoon and we roll them up. I usually line my cookie sheet with some parchment paper and then I roll them up and I'll actually throw these in the freezer, let them harden a little bit, and then I'll put them in an airtight container after about 1/2 hour or hour or so. Drew says it was definitely in the meal plan. I don't know who made the meal plan this week. Drew made the meal plan this week. So I was running around and putting orders in and whoo-wee! It was like a marathon. But it's funny, so tablespoon size. It's funny because Drew and I always have dreamed of having orders every day. And we always were like, could you like imagine, because we've been selling CTP for quite a while. This is 1 protein ball. I usually have 2 protein balls for a serving or a snack or whatever. Yeah, so Drew and I have had CTP for a long time, and it's crazy to think about now, but it was the only product that we sold for years, the only product. And we would get orders here, like trickle in here and there, like a few a month, let's say. And then we'd always be like, can you imagine what it would be like to get an order every day? And then we came out with Mag, like Liquid Mag was first, our second product after CTP. And orders were starting to pick up. And then we were like, oh, this is cool. We're getting orders every week. This is pretty awesome. And then we started coming out with all of our other products, the spray, the gel, and the flakes, and the scrub, the new protein powder. And now we're at a place, thanks to you guys, where we do get orders every day. So I come home from school and I check our order list, and I'm like, whoa, more orders, so cool. So then usually in the evenings, I'm packing orders or putting orders out or packaging. And then we're so grateful for our distributors, but we certainly couldn't do all this without them. It just so happened that this month, most of our distributors ordered, like big orders, right? This month. So we were like, whoa, all these orders. It was awesome. Awesome. So that's why I was a little behind. So I'm just going to keep rolling here. And then you can put these protein balls in the fridge or freezer. I always suggest storing them in the fridge because then when they're left out, they go soft. And I like them a little bit harder, I guess. So if you find it's a little bit dry, like my mixture might be a little dry, then you can just add a little bit of water, like a teaspoon of water, for example, and then it will not be dry anymore. It'll be a little bit softer. But that's it, you guys. That's how quick and easy it is. And I think we all know, like, these are so great to have kicking around because we all know what it's like when you get a little hangry, right? If it's between a meal, like if you're between lunch and supper and you're getting pretty hungry, just pop a couple protein balls and it helps not only improve your mood, but it will help keep you full until your next meal. Like, get rid of that hangry feeling. Keep you from tipping over the edge. Drew says, orders every day. We talked about that every night. We dreamed about it, visualized, and put in the work to make it happen. We sure did. I know there's more to that comment, Drew. Let me just wipe my hands on my apron so that I can come closer and read your full comment, if I can. With our amazing supportive community, of course. That's right, Drew. So awesome. So awesome. Aw, thanks, Sherry. She said so happy for you guys. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. We're so grateful because a lot of you, have been supporting us for years. Like, Louise Siebert has been with us since the very beginning with CTP. And we have lots of other followers, lots of people that have been here for years and years, supporting us and following us and just believing in us. We're like, oh, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Stephanie says, that's fantastic. So happy for you guys. Thank you guys. We certainly couldn't do it without you. That's for sure. Just looking at the time. I'm done, guys. All I'm going to do after I roll these up is throw them in the fridge. I usually take the cookie sheet, throw it in the freezer. Then in about a half hour, I'll throw that. Throw the protein balls in an airtight container. And I store mine in the fridge. And then for snack time, I'll have a couple protein balls, maybe a piece of fruit or some veggies, like cut up peppers. I'm really into peppers lately. Not sure why. Kind of go into little spurts. Sometimes I'm into cucumbers. Sometimes I'm into peppers. I kind of just go in little waves, but I'm really into peppers right now. So some sliced up peppers or some sliced up apples. Usually when I have something sweet, like a protein ball, then I like to pair it with a veggie. I don't know why. Just because pairing it with a fruit sometimes is just too much sweetness. But we would suggest pairing these with a fruit or a veggie for sure. So 2 protein balls, a fruit, a veggie, and there you go. You don't have to stop at Hangry Town. You just pass on by. Keep on going past that stop. It's not a very pleasurable one. And then you know what? When you snack, it also reduces overeating as well. If you eat at lunch and then you don't eat again until supper, you're going to eat a heck of a lot bigger supper, portion size, than you do if you had a snack in the afternoon. So that's another reason why snacking is so important, not just for our metabolism, but also for portion control. Because if we space it out, let's say we have our lunch at noon, we have our little protein ball snack around 2:33, let's say 3, then we have supper at 6. Then when it comes supper time, we won't be so starving that we have, like, you should be hungry, but you shouldn't be so starving you want to eat your own arm off. And then if you have little snacks, then your meal portion sizes will be smaller. Just fact. So that's what we want to aim for. We want to aim for smaller portions more frequently throughout the day. But if you don't snack, there's a higher chance, higher percentage that you're going to eat too much at dinner or at supper, right? And same with lunchtime as well. If you eat your breakfast and then wait, if you ate your breakfast at 6, like I eat my breakfast at 6, and then if I waited till noon to have my lunch, then I am going to eat a lot of food at lunch because I'm going to be so hungry. So make sure you have that morning snack because it'll help you reduce your portion size, but also it'll help you make better choices. Because when we're so hungry, we just reach for what's in front of us. It's just how it goes, just natural, right? You're just so hungry. I don't care what it is, just get food in my body, right? But when you aren't in that state, and then you make healthier choices and your portion sizes are smaller too as a result. So snacking is beneficial in so many different ways. Drew's like, pass on by. Hangry Town, pass on by. That's right. You just want to get on that train and pass on by. When it says next stop Hangry Town, that's when you reach for your protein balls. And you ain't stopping at Hangry Town. You're just going to keep on going. And Stephanie O'Brien says, you guys deserve every bit of success. You have empowered us all. Aw, thank you. Thanks so much. Well, I hope you guys all had a fantastic Monday and you're ready to rock Tuesday, ready to rock tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow morning we have our live workout, 6:30 with Drew. So make sure you set your alarms now. Make sure you lay out those clothes, right? Lay out your workout clothes. Make sure you have your mat and your water and everything set up so that all you do is wake up and work out. There's nothing in between. If you're already prepared, and wake up, throw those clothes on, go to your workout spot, push play, off you go. Preparation is everything. If your alarm goes and you're like, oh, I gotta pick out workout clothes. Oh, I gotta get my water. Oh, I gotta get my device set up. No. If you are already having those things set up, your device is already set up, and you got your water bottle already, you got your workout outfit picked out, you just have to do the action. The thinking is already taken out of it in the morning. Just wake up, throw those clothes on, and away you go. So much easier. So much easier when you have everything all prepared. Okay, have a good night, guys. I'm going to let you go this time. I keep talking. But we'll see you tomorrow morning, 6:30, for a workout. Can't wait, you guys. I love our morning workouts. There, how many balls did I get? 15, 16, I got 17. Maybe I should have had an even 18. I don't know. Depends how big they are, I guess. Okay, have a great evening, you guys. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in.